Yes, guys, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to be talking about what is DECA. So I had the chance to go over to Spain. I'm going to be very English here and try and pronounce it in Zaragoza. I'm sorry to any Spanish people. It was beautiful Spain and the city was lovely to compete in my first DECA Fit. What an experience. So if you don't know what it is, I'll run through the stations. Each station is followed by a 500 meter run. You start with a 500 meter run, you do 10 of them, and in between is a station. First station is ram roller. You do 30 ram roller reverse lunges. So a ram roller, if you don't know, is like a foam roller, but a lot heavier. It's 55 pounds for the guys. So throw it on your shoulder, reverse lunge 30 times, full extension at the top, into your 500 meter run. So that's how it first starts. The second station is a 500 meter row. Third station is 20 box step overs. That is on a 24-inch box. Fourth station, 25 medicine ball sit-ups. Ball goes behind the head, come up, touch the target. Quite simple. Doesn't have to get you there. Zone 5, ski erg, 500 meters. Zone 6, nice and straightforward. Dumbbell, 30 kilograms for guys, farmer's carry. It's 100 meters. Feels quite nice, especially compared to the kettlebells, which are 32. The kettlebells swing a lot. The dumbbells, you're much more in control of it. And obviously, it's only 100 meters. Zone 7 was brutal. 25 calories on an assault bike. After that much running and that much max effort, the legs had nothing left for me. So that was the station I need to go away and work on. That was really tough. I don't think I underestimated that, but do you know what? Great station. Zone 8, 20 D ball, dead ball over the wall. And you have to do this 20 times. Pick it up, throw it over, come around the outside, get back in within the legs of the wall, and then you can go again. It's not complicated. It's really quite simple. It just takes time. Zone 9, pretty tough. Is a tank push and pull, 100 meters. So you do 10 meters push, 10 meters pull. The pull in particular really burned the quads out for me, so I found that quite tough. It is different to a sled because it's constant resistance. You're constantly pushing against something. Whereas a sled, once you get a bit of momentum, you can keep that momentum. By no means, before someone puts in the comment, am I saying the sled is easy? The sled is brutal, but the tank is. It feels a little bit lighter, but it's constant resistance. The best way I can describe it. So yeah, the pull I found particularly hard. It's, I'm trying to walk it backwards and it's really getting the quads. And into the last zone, which is back on the ram, and you do burpees on the ram. Chest to the ram, stand up above your head. You don't have to fully extend at the top, but you do have to, get some clear light in between your head and the ram. And then 20 of them into the finish. There's no run in between that. It's just around a little corner. So there's the station. How did I find it? I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I think if you are someone who gave Hyrox a go, and maybe you've got more of a CrossFit background, this is like a perfect middle ground. It's a combination. It took me 33 minutes and 1 second. I can think of a couple of places I could make up that 1 second to get myself into the 32s, but it was a first attempt. I really enjoyed it, and we'll go again. But like I was saying before I got distracted by that 1 second, that's clearly haunting me. There is an opportunity there for someone who comes from like more of a CrossFit background, someone who maybe likes Hyrox but maybe finds the running quite a lot, to go in between 5k and running in total. Lots of little breaks, lots of little chops it up quite nicely. You don't ever feel that 5k quite the same, and I think it's a brilliant way of getting a short and sharp, explosive, powerful workout in that it doesn't take forever. Average time of a Hyrox, it's around 90 minutes. So yeah, it's a significant difference. Say the average time for DECA, I don't know, I'm guessing is about 40 minutes. So it's a significant difference. But I love them both. Unfortunately, DECA is not in the UK yet, so that's why I travelled to Spain. There is one more coming up this season in Tenerife. I think it's the 12th of November. I'm tempted, put it that way. We'll see what happens. But I would definitely recommend it. If you can get there, sign up. Go and give it a go. So with DECA, there are a couple more options as well. Once I finished individual, I decided to jump into the co-ed mixed teams event with Viola, who is an absolute unbelievable athlete. She actually done the individual herself in about 35 minutes. So I think she beat all of the guys there. Like, she's that strong. So check her out if you don't know who she is. I'm on Instagram. So brilliant athlete. It was great to be able to team up with her. It was a privilege to be able to team up with her. And we went and got the second fastest time in the world. So that was really cool to be a part of. Obviously, with that time, we did win overall in that day. So that was a great event for us. We don't have to split it the same as you do as a Hyrox, which is quite nice. It's another way of breaking it up, right? It's another way of introducing people to the sport and letting them dip their toe in without saying you've got to do all this running. You can do as much or as little of the run as you want and break it how you see fit. Play to your strengths. So you both have to do the first and the last 500 meters of the run, but then everything else is just see how you want to split it. You can do 200 meters of the run each. You can swap and change. I'll do all the running, you do all the functional. We didn't have much time to think about it. Our tactic was hurry up. So play to each other's strengths. We quickly discussed if you fancy doing it. We jumped in on the day and it was like, okay, let's go and see what we can do. We'd never trained together before. We never worked together in that sense. So it was a bit off the cuff, but we really enjoyed it. It was a great experience. So like I say, I had all the running, she had all the stations, and it was a really fun event. It was like a great way of doing a little bit more because they are only short events, so you can do multiple events. The opportunities there for same sex, mixed sex. There's all different types. DECA also has DECA mile, which is 160 meters per run, so adds up to a mile in the end with all the stations, and DECA strong, which is no running at all. So it's a great way, once again, for people who see their strengths as slightly different to maybe wanting to do the full 5K of running and mixing it up. And it's not necessarily about anything else than it's a different type of race. Like, you've got to be able to go hard on the stations. You've got to be able to hold that pace. And so play to your strengths, have a go, try and see how you feel on it. There's a lot of merit to it. There's a lot of different ways to train for it. I think it's an interesting concept. I think it's a great another string to your bow. If you like Hyrox and you like CrossFit, why wouldn't you give it a go? Apart from it not being in this country. So on that note, keep messaging them like me. I'm messaging them, harassing them all the time, asking them when they're coming over, because I think there's a great community here, great Hyrox community, and I think a lot of us would be interested in having a go at it because it's that like perfect thing in between. Not too much running. I mean, personally, I like the running. It's my background, but I think for most people, there's a great balance there, and it's a great way of getting an event in over the weekend or a couple. I would highly recommend you go and give it a go too. If you are planning on doing a simulation, which is easy enough to do in your local gym, the RAMs are obviously not readily available. I've used a pre-made, preset barbell, 25 kilograms. It's just to simulate, gives you a rough idea of where you're at. If you've got a sled, you can use that for the tank. Once again, it is a bit different, but it's just a nice way of getting an idea, having a run through. There are a couple of gyms that have this kind of equipment. I'll see if I can tag anything. But yeah, great event, great way of getting involved. And hopefully you found this helpful. Hopefully you want to go and give it a go. There'll be lots more stuff coming up, lots more training tips, information on what I'm getting up to. So if you do enjoy it, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you soon.